Morning, Deontay. All right, let me get this up here. Reset. Okay, CL looks good. Full time frame continuity to the downside. Nasdaq looks good as well. New 5-minute candle coming in on the Nasdaq. Half hour hit on NQ. 35 points. Stop loss up. Next trim is 95 for 70, or sorry, 90 for 70 points. ES is about to break its lows. See here, coming through the low opening range, actually. Might take some SPY puts. What would price targets be? 548. Go 49. SPY 549 put 117. Those are flying already. Coming back to entry now. Why does it do that? Filled 1R on NQ, 70 points hit. Next trims, I'll be doing 100 points on NQ. And then 140, so that'd be 420. Blaze it. Never done that, but blaze it. 27 will be first trim on CL, 100 points hit NQ. Trimming 1.58, 35%. SPY. If you guys were with me on Thursday last week, this is exactly what I was looking for on Thursday. It just never came, but that's okay. Ended up having a good day on options on Thursday, or sorry, Friday. Any thoughts on gold short? Let me look. Day trade or swing trade, Gatekeeper? Day trade. Yeah, your red day week, which is good. Nothing for a little while here. If you're gonna get in gold short, this is where I'd be looking. Take this off. Extend left. This fair value gap we're in. I'd probably want to see it maybe wick above 13s and then go back down. 1.8 SPY, 45%. I guess it's 50 something percent. My math was off. Just do that. And Q coming up to its next trim here shortly. But yeah, Gatekeeper, I'd look. If I'm looking short gold, it'd be probably above 13s, and then I'd want to see something set up there. But it's not the cleanest look for a short yet. You're either going to look for 13s and then a rejection, or you're going to look for some strat signal in this rectangle to go short. CL hit half hour, 27 point or 35 points. Oh, but I did. That was wrong math. That was only 25 points. 35 is 17, which it's about to hit. I'm just going to call it here 30. See if it goes. Stops up to 62 on CL. It's just a little bit of price action above break even. All right. Let's look at some swings here. So for those who might be newer to how I'm looking at swings, I'm looking mostly at this weekly chart, and then I'll look at the daily, see if there's a setup today. And then I'm looking at the bottom row. Ideally, I want them all to be the same color candle. So I'll go pretty quick, and then I'll mark out what I see and go from there. I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be 3 bars to the upside. Looking for 3-2 revs. Yeah, almost everything's a 3-2 rev to the upside. This week's going to tell us a lot of things. If we end this week a failed 2, you can say goodbye to any bull market sentiment. Yeah, literally, most of these charts are looking the exact same. Just a bunch of 3-2s. Here's your oil, but it's not a trigger long. Full time frame continuity, it does a downside right now. 3-2 up. So that's just a 2-2 up. 3-2, 3-2. Full time frame to the downside here, though. This is an interesting month and quarter so far for the Qs. Hammer on both, actually. Just a very important weekly candle we're going to have. GLD failed 2 up last week. Be looking for the downside there, but full time frame continuity is against you. Semis, like I said, every chart looks the same currently. Yep, everything looks the same. So probably not swinging a ton until that chart looks different. All out spy put. Is today the day for Coke? Short? Maybe. Maybe. See this chat here. I was expecting some strength in Google, but this is disappointing. Yeah. Under Friday's lows, it's definitely full steam ahead to the downside. Might re-enter spy puts. How to set all charts to go one same ticker in one go. You go to this little thing right up here, top right, and then you go symbol. Sync symbol. Then you do not sync the interval. Pulling up CL stops up to 46 in profits. Spy battling prior to close. Yeah, well, it's retesting it now, yeah. Prior to close. Yeah, I don't know. I don't That's not a level I mark. I mark out the I guess you're right though. Right here. But I mark the highs and lows. I have a sell stop on ES 47.75 to the downside. All right, it likely broke to the upside. Let me just double check. Yeah, so canceling that sell stop on ES. Still in NQ and CL. Desi said constant or below rejection. So far, I think it's just chopping in a range right now. All right. Everything is back in its orb right now. Ganji, thanks for the sub on, I think that was YouTube, yeah. Still kind of stuck in this orb. If we're inside the opening range, there's no trading ever. That's the chop box. So just sitting sideways right now. All right, I'm closing Q's in profit, or sorry, NQ in profit. No sense in letting that trail all the way back. Not sure when or how I got muted in Discord, but I'm closing NQ in profit. And yeah, there's no sense in letting that go all the way back to break even. Still in C. Actually, just got tagged out of CL. So all flat. Okay. All right, just a little sideways action here. Nothing to look at for swings. It's a Monday, so not really looking to day trade a ton of weeklies yet. Not enough volatility. So just waiting for this low opening range to be taken out or the high. I'll trade either way. Then go with the flow. All right, might be getting a leg down here now. I'm looking Q puts here. Probably the 470s, maybe lower. 469s are right around the price point I like. Right around $1. Do you consider pre-market high and lows? Yep, that's the orange lines here. So this is pre-market low. This is pre-market high. The dotted yellow lines are open range high and low. And then high of day, high of week. Last week, high day, high week. Low of Friday is here, 465. All right. Taking the 469 put, 98 cents, Phil. Taking an MNQ short, 85, 50, 50 points. I guess it's 55 points technically, but that will be a pain to calculate for trims, 27 and a half or whatever it is. So first trim 25 points at 60. Next will be 35, 50. 35, 25 because that's what I clicked for a limit. Getting there. Come on, give me the 25. 25 points hit. 1.20 NQ. Or sorry, Qs. Stops up to break even. My Google call is on 5-2 expiration. Not sure if I could cut my loss. Well, let me ask you this, Gatekeeper. What was your trade stop loss when you entered? Because that's going to be your answer on whether you should get out or not. I would not be in it right now. But I'm not telling you what to do. I think you should do whatever your trade plan initially was. But that Google chart does not look long to me currently. hovering around my stop loss, so I'm about to get out of it soon. Yeah. Yeah, I think if it gets back into the opening range, you could DCA, but I mean, you're down. You've already hit all your levels to the downside. So right now you're kind of just floating between. Like there's no levels to save you, is what I'm getting at there. Stopped out Qs and NQ. So gatekeeper here is where, again, this is not me telling you what to do. This is me telling you how I would manage that trade, but not telling you how to manage that trade. I would DCA here on this failed 2 down, 2 up. Stop loss is at the prior 5-minute high, or sorry, prior 5-minute low. If it makes any new low, you're stopped out, right? So think of it like this. Okay, so think of it like this. Here's your. All right, one of my macros is running. 1 second. Okay, that should fix it. Maybe. Okay. So this is your. Okay, something is clicking for sure now. Maybe it's this. Okay. Think I'm good. Okay, so this is your stop loss. This is your trade right here. If you were to have DCA'd, let's say your break evens up here. This is pretty much your risk to reward. So you really only have to win 1 out of 10 of these to break even, as long as you manage the trims correctly. But that is what I would do. Pretty low risk, whatever you DCA with, you're probably losing, I don't know, 10% maybe, but you're probably gaining 20+% if it hits. You say you just mark prior high low? Yeah, prior day high low. There's lots of indicators out there that'll do it for you though. Like you can do the strat high low. See if I have it. Yeah, this one. Hashtag the strat highs and lows candles. Is prior day close not necessary? I've never used it, but I mean, we had a little bit of rejection there, but yeah, to me the highs and lows are the only thing that matters because that's the wicks, right? Which tells you that that's where the resistance was. So there were too many orders for us to keep going up, too many orders to keep us from going further down. The close just tells you where the last price action was at the end of the last day. So I can't tell you for sure that it's unimportant. Like you should take it off your charts, but I can tell you that I for sure do not use them. The prior day close. I only use highs and lows of the day, week, month, quarter. It's tempting to want to take along, but I'm not going to yet. Deontay said, "I use it because it always seems to get a reaction." Yeah, I mean, if that's what you see, then just keep it on your chart, and if it keeps getting a reaction, keep using it. There must be some sort of importance to it. But yeah, I don't personally use it because everything on my chart is automated, so I don't like mark out the highs or lows of yesterday, so I wouldn't mark out the close either because it's not automated, but that's all. Gatekeeper said it might lose on this trade, but I can't help but think bullish long term on Google at this level. Oh, long term. Mm. I mean, yeah, all the way down to like 140s. That's kind of where I'd want to buy. It depends. Like everybody's version of long term is different, right? If you're talking like long term hold for 1 year, then you got to have a little bit better entry than me, who my long term is like retirement, where I'm willing to wait a little while for a good price. Some people's long term is they only scalp, so their long term is 5 days. Close this. I definitely would be looking more long than short now on Google, though. Gatekeeper. So I don't know if you DCA'd or what percentage down you are, but I think it. I don't know when it's going to turn around, go back to the downside. But Meow said, "Hey Jesse, I've been in a small semi name poet for a bit. Today it had a big spike up. Was curious how it looks to you, or if it just seems like short after the spike." Just accidentally disconnected my mic. Let me look. Long term meow or swing or short term. I have a lot of leaps on it. No shares anymore. This is where I would trim leaps, but no, this looks good to the upside. What leaps do you have? Man, a $5 leap on this is 80 cents for January. 115, 17 tens. Oh man. That's far out of the money, but I mean it's been there before, I guess. 3 years ago it was there. Yeah, so you're already up 45 cents. So double your risk. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is where I would trim on a weekly perspective, but honestly, for leaps, you're probably not looking at a weekly chart as much as you are like a monthly chart, especially a leap that's out 2 years. So, because you would have 24 candles on the monthly chart. Well, 20 now, right? But, yeah, I would honestly probably, trim partials here, but it looks good for a hold, I think. It's really good. Thanks for taking a moment to peek anytime. Yeah, I always appreciate when you guys give me some stocks to look at. Otherwise, I would just sit here and trade the same 8 stocks, that's how I've made a living, but it's fun to look at others. Give my perspective. I mean, I never heard of Poet before you just said it. All right, now things are curling to the downside. Well, looks like I caught the moves for the day. We are choppy, choppy, choppy. Last last 50 minutes. Could move, but my trade window ends at 11. Statistically, I start to lose after that. All right. I'll look at this for you, Deontay. This guy. All right. What are we doing here? Close. Saturday, priority high, priority pre-market, current. This is a cool indicator. Okay, so it's the teal one. Deontay, I want to say that it's probably not going to be impactful. I mean, you might get a reaction though, so I don't know. It's probably worth keeping the prior day close on there, but like this day here, kind of not worth having on your chart. And also, if we just gap up and gap and go, then like this day, also the close is you'll have to turn off pre-market. I think because it's showing prior day close is the end of pre-market, which I guess is the end of the prior day, but I don't know. Maybe it's worth having on your chart just to say like, yeah, this rejected here. I could take it for a short after it rejected there, but I wouldn't play it like, oh, we're coming up on prior day close. Let me look for a rejection. You know what I mean? All right, how do I get out of this thing? I was just wondering because it's the last price buyers and sellers agreed before a new trading period began. Yes, but it my gripe with it is that it's taking that price based on, I guess it's after hours, so like the 4:30 to 8 p.m. or 4:30 to 6 p.m. whatever whenever it closes the after hours. Um, so it yeah, it looks like it's 6 p.m. So it's like, yeah, but your volume was way further down. I'd rather see prior like regular trading hours close. But yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it makes sense if you justify it that way. It makes sense. But I saw it go through and not really react to it because we're not looking for a one-time reaction with these things. Um, we're looking for it to hold support or resistance, and then give it. If it fails, then we know that it's probably going the other way. So like here, open in range, it's not just a one-time thing because if we get back into the opening range, we're probably going to test the other end. Statistically, we know that's true. If we reject high of day, we know statistically we're probably going to pre-market high, pre-market lows, um, or the last prior day higher lows. So I think it's worth keeping on your chart if you see a reaction on it. Like, don't change what you're doing there, but if you start to see that it gets just disrespected and no like reaction, then not worth having. Just my 2 cents. Meow said, super small company. They are trying to use optics to transfer data to remove copper. So who knows? Interesting. Well, the chart looks good for leaps. Alrighty, that's it for me. Really good morning this morning. Much different than last Thursday, which is good bounce back. No revenge trading either. So I'm going to end it here. I have class tomorrow. I have clinical Thursday. I have class Friday. So just today and Wednesday for me, but I'll trade on Thursday. And then if I see something, okay. If I see something on class days, I'll let you know. I think they block my Discord access though, so I have to use my cellular. I have class tomorrow and Friday and clinical Thursday, so I'll be here Wednesday. Yep. No, no, no. I have clinical Thursday. I'm in Wednesday. Yep. But I'll be trading. Yes, sir. Okay. Good morning. I'll see you all Wednesday and in chats.